Alright, well, hey YouTube. I'm at the Visionary back with another scooter video. Come on. Just gonna get past these people. We'll start right away. Alright, so today's topic will be self-care. Now there's a lot that kind of goes into this. Sounds simple, self-care, care for yourself, right? But it's, there's a lot of intricacies when it comes to it, such as if you, hold on, it's getting loud here. Such as if it reaches a point where you're, if you're not benefiting from every situation, you won't even be part of it, then that's where it turns into selfishness, which is a little different than being selfless, Ooh, this is a steep hill for this. But, for example, essentially my definition of self-care is prioritizing one's health and one's well-being above all else. Because realistically, why are you living your life if you're not happy? How does that benefit you much? That's not selfish, that's just logical, We as people got so many things twisted, we've been taught that we're all selfish pieces of shit, basically, if we don't just help everyone else before ourselves, And I ain't down for that, I'm sure most of us can say, we've been used throughout our lives to some degree, whether it be financially, literally, if you have a car for rides, so many examples. But at the end of the day, what are you gonna do? You really can't control those people. And so you can only control how you react or who you choose to be around, That's the only choice you have. And then of course the only financial choice or power we have in this country is where we choose to spend our money. But that's an entirely different subject. I thought I'd try something new with these types of videos, I've never really seen any videos like this as simple as an activity as this is. But, we're gonna wing it. So, it's the first time for everything, and, a lot of people like moving things or seeing lots of fancy editing on the screen. I don't do much of that, so figure we'll just give you some nice scenery. I've noticed in my last few videos the wind doesn't sound as loud in the mic as it actually is, so that's good to know. You're good. Well, at least he waited. He was paying attention. That's good. Normally I hate when people make me wait, but at the same time, I also hate the freaking idiots who almost drive right into you even more. So, you gotta appreciate the observance, But an example how I care about myself, once I got so unhealthy to the point where it was just torture being alive, eating, I had to start taking my health seriously. So much so to the point that most people would call me crazy or, oh, you're so unethical, or you have disordered eating, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? It's not my fault. It's not my choice. It's not, if I could eat more, I would, believe me. But at least what I choose to eat is a lot healthier, and, I actually try to heal myself with food, as food is intended purposes to do. Food is not for pleasure. as society has made it, you know. But I guess one form of self-care is, you know, diet. I mean, that's very important, you know. Everybody needs sustenance. And I mean, really the one thing a lot of people lack in the world is fiber. In the US specifically, fiber, but also probably adequate protein, or the right type of protein, you know. I mean, when have you ever seen a vegan who's like not malnourished or really old looking, you know? I mean, my buddy, you know, he's went on the vegan diet. He's had a lot of other people go on it, and he said he knew this like 38, 39-year-old who looked almost 67, 70 because her skin was just so loose. I can't imagine that. I mean, that's just like, what? Your protein, you don't have enough protein or collagen to build your skin, and why do you think they need even more supplements than people who eat meat? I mean, try being out in the wilderness with no supplements as a vegan, see how that works for you, you know? I mean, let's be realistic, people. If caveman lived off of meat, not many, really no vegetables, aka carnivore basically, then why in the hell would anyone even think that the vegan diet could ever be superior to the carnivore, even if you don't want to do it? Like, acknowledging that simple fact. I mean, it's just so stupid, and wow, the wind really wants to screw with me right now. Always must be a sign, you know, like, should I not be doing this or what? But because like literally it was so warm when I was mowing, I had to take my coat off. Now it's just like, what the hell, you know? Oop, had to hit my brakes there. I have a rotor on this. Wait for these cars. Sorry. I know a lot of people aren't going to like the separations and the pauses between conversation, but you know, if I had someone to bounce off of, like to conversate with, I actually can go way more in depth than, like, you don't even know. Also helps me get outside more, you know. I don't care what people think of me. I heard them whisper about me, but that don't mean nothing. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be me, and I'm gonna be authentic. And at the end of the day, if there's anything I want to be known for, it's being authentic. If it's just one thing. Of course, I'd like to be known for more than just that, but you know, need to build an audience for that first. So I guess we'll see how this venture goes. Who knows, maybe I'll do lives one time outside or whatever, but maybe not. I mean, it'd be hard to do a live on the scooter and be able to see everything as it's recording, you know what I mean? So I guess we'd have to wait and figure that out when the weather gets a little warmer, because it's still like 50 something degrees, but it's at least a little more bearable out today. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't have a plan, just be spontaneous. Just stop overthinking. Should I do it? Should I not do it? Just pick one and stick with it. Stop looking back. Stop wasting time. Time is the one thing you can't get back, no matter how much money you have. So what are you doing, you know? And I know it's easier said than done, but here I am, I guess, giving a kind of an example of that. Like, I live in a middle-class old person neighborhood with, you know, and then when I go outside the neighborhood, it's like, oh, who the hell is this man on a scooter? Like, you know, you just get weird looks and stuff, but I don't care. That used to make me nervous and whatever, but that's how they want you to feel, you know? That's giving them power over you. And maybe they just look at you because you're actually like, wow, this guy has the balls to do that. Or wow, he's not afraid to be himself, you know? Oh, my eyes are watery. Whew. Well, let me get my eyes here. Alright, good, it's stuck, so I can wow. This wind is like an allergy reliever, it must be. Excuse me. Get out the way there. I'll go up here. This is flatter this way. Less hard on the scooter. Of course, I'm always going against the wind, but you know, I can't win at this point, so. But I mean, if you don't live by being yourself, or you put on a fake mask like most of society does, then I mean, you're never gonna be happy. So if you want to live happy, don't be fake from the start, and then you won't have all these like domino effect problems as life keeps going on. You know, people don't realize that part till it's too late. It's like gambling, being ballsy, and then realizing, no, I want my money back. Sorry, can't do that. You know, kind of already spent it all, and legally, nope. So, but it's you who makes that decision, you know. And I mean, going back to that money argument, with how the economy is now, I mean, if you're not already, you got to be more frugal about how you're spending, and you know, how your lifestyle basically, because like, reuse things that you might not normally reuse if you can, you know. I mean, live more cheap, get more quality food, eat less if you eat too much. I mean, your body will thank you, that's for sure. Soon you won't even be hungry. I know that might sound not appealing, but imagine not having to worry about being fat either, because you're not hungry, so you could just eat whatever. But that's all, not really whatever, but you know, within reason, of course. And once you learn more about health, you'll make it with better ingredients, so it'll ultimately be better for you. Like, for example, my only sugar I have is raw honey. And I mean, I recently tried maple syrup, but raw honey is just it, man, you know. I mean, it's not too expensive. I mean, I'm in Pennsylvania. It's like $20 for about 2 pounds. So it's not too bad. So, comes in a glass jar. But yeah, my diet's very unconventional. That, a lot of almond butter, because I can't have peanut butter. But I mean, you know, you got to eat something at the end of the day. And I know I benefit off the fat, because when I don't have it, I'm way more hungry. I way overeat the carbs. You almost want to start your day with a bunch of fat and or protein. And then, like, if you have carbs, make that later in the day. That's why they say, even though it's right before bed, well, and I know it sucks, but if you time your meals out in a way, I mean, especially if you have a lot of digestive issues, etc., I mean, your body will start to acquire at least more regularity in terms of your bowel frequency, etc., you know. Even if your appetite isn't there, you know, you'll still feel much better, you'll digest better, you know, you'll at least be getting some nutrients from your food. But yeah, and the interesting thing about being on the scooter is I never know where the video is gonna go. Like, I try to start with the topic in mind, but then it just kind of flows from there, you know, because I don't have anyone to bounce off of. But you know, I guess that's the beauty of being spontaneous, huh? You know, I mean, this content might not be for everybody, and I get that, and it's not always how I want it to turn out, but at the same time, I mean, like, I'm doing something, I'm doing something with my life. I'm getting outside, I'm trying to raise awareness. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I can and want to say and I'm good at. I really can't say on here because, censorship. How inner workings of the world, people who run the show, what they call conspiracies. And I mean, it's something different. I don't know why I'm going in circles now. Probably needed a different supplements today for more creativity and insight. For sure, in the future, we'll be taking the one that helps. That I know for sure, but I almost talk so fast I stutter. That's the thing, and I have to time it right shortly after eating or whatever. Okay, this pretty lawn. Oh, big bump. Not doing that. Anyway, that about wraps up the video today, guys. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. And email will be in the description for questions, or I'm gonna be posting on TikTok now too. Visionary Activities is my TikTok, I believe. And then because it lets me upload in fuller quality on there camera wise, so we'll see you guys.